Bienvenidos a Tiempo Fuera. Hoy estamos con Viktor Gaddefors, jugador de Donor de la BNXT League. I have my pronunciation of the league quite, not perfect, but I
It's
try.
okay.
Uh,
It's okay. It's okay.
How are you doing, Victor?
I'm doing fine. I mean, I just got here to Groningen like 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. So, but it's been a lot of games that haven't been going so well, but in general, I feel good here.
Great. And what happened that you had to change teams, at the beginning of the year?
I stayed in Sweden in my hometown just because I said no to a couple of teams that wasn't really interested in, or the money that I was looking for wasn't really there. So I kept waiting and just stayed in shape back home with my home team, with a lot of friends, and stayed home close to family. And then when this team popped up, I felt ready to leave.
Perfect. And how's the new city treating you?
I mean, it's been good so far. It's been good.
Glad to hear that. Well, obviously, you just arrived to your new team. If I am correct, you played only a couple of games. But how do you expect your team to do this season?
I mean, I think from the club's perspective, I think they want to win. Of course, right now from the FIBA Europe Cup, we can't qualify to the next round. But I think they really want to try to win it all. Right now, I would say that we are struggling a little bit finding how we want to play basketball and our identity as a team. With me coming in, probably soon it will come a new player as well. So we have to rebuild a little bit and find our identity as a team and start to win games. But my expectation is to try to win it all as well. So try to win the B next league.
Absolutely. And another thing that we kind of like to do with the player, it's go back to the beginning of their careers and to who or what introduced you to the world of basketball.
My dad played basketball, my mom played basketball, and my brother played basketball. And I'm the youngest. I mean, I have older brothers. So already from start, basically when I was born, my dad was playing basketball. My mom at that point, of course, she wasn't playing because she was pregnant with me and everything. But before that, she was playing. And then my brother, who's 3 years older, he started playing at a young age. And I started playing at a young age as well. So not saying that I had pressure from my parents, but I was like born into it just because my whole family is really a basketball family.
That's great to hear. Every member of your family has something to do with basketball.
Yes, exactly. So I just felt.
Yeah, over here it's the same, but with football.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much basketball here in Chile.
Yeah, so you got to change.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
We already made tournaments, in a street 3v3 with money prizes so that we incentivize to play basketball. And also we're in contact with a club that's really near to us because it's the club that made us basketball, not basketball players, but really into basketball. So we're organizing kind of a basketball camp so that for free, so that we can invite children from can afford basketball camps in normally clubs, so that we can grow the community of basketball here.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. It's good that somebody's doing it.
Yeah. We saw the opportunity and we're here.
That's great. Really great.
Thank you. And well, also another thing that I noticed is that you played with the Swedish national team, obviously, but how did you feel when you got that first call, saying that you're going to play for the maximum level of national teams of your own country?
I mean, I started playing with the youth national team when I was 15 or 16 years old. So ever since I was 16, so 14 years ago right now, I played with the youth national team for 4 or 5 years before I took the step up to the senior men's national team. But that year was, I would say, it was really special for Sweden as a country and as a federation, but also for me myself to play, because that year we played the Eurobasket in Slovenia. So the European Championship, we made it all the way there, and I think it was just special to my first time to be with the senior national team to be able to play the European Championship. And it was and it still is a great feeling to put on that yellow and blue jersey, and it always will be.
That's great to hear. Actually, I don't know if you know Eric Rush.
Yeah.
We actually interviewed him like a couple of days ago, and
okay, cool.
it's good to have Swedish players. On our experience, they are really good to talk.
Yeah.
Great. And another thing that I noticed is that you obviously started in the club that you just mentioned. You were in Sweden a couple of weeks ago, but after you were a season with that club, you took what I would say a big leap. You went to Vitrus Bologna. What made you take that big of a leap, from being, on one of your hometown teams to what is considered one of the best clubs in Europe?
I mean, you said a little bit yourself. First of all, I mean, it's a really big club, and I signed a 5-year contract when I was 17 years old with Virtus, because I really felt that I was ready to leave Sweden. I had a solid season as a rookie in the first league in Sweden that year. My brother left the same year as me, so I really felt that I was ready to leave and try something new and really see if I could do something out of the basketball, and try to live, get paid by doing that, and doing what I love. At that point, I didn't have any doubts that when that contract came on the table, I'm leaving. And then, of course, it also helped me that one of my best friends, he already played in that youth team in Virtus. So that for sure helped me to come there and have it easier, especially my first 1-2 years there. It was easier that I had him by my side. But especially since it is, and will continue to be one of the biggest club in Italy and one of the biggest club in Europe, I think it was a great choice to make at that point.
Absolutely. And not, if I were presented with the offer, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would.
Great. And after you went to Vitrus, you stayed there a couple of years until the 16-17 season, if I'm correct. Then you went to to France. You had a couple of stops in Sweden, but I believe that they are, like you said, in this case, to keep yourself in shape, to wait for another team to. So after Italy, you went to Sweden, but then you went to France, and then you went to Romania, and then now you're in the BNTX, I believe.
BNX, you can say BNX.
BNX. Okay, I would say BNX.
Yeah.
It's easier. In Holland and Belgium, if I'm correct, that's where the league is. How does it feel to be, kind of traveling around Europe with basketball?
At one point of view, it's amazing, because first of all, you get to do what you love. You get to play basketball, and you get paid for it, and you get to see the world. But at another point of view, you're staying away. Do you hear me still?
Yeah, I hear you perfect.
Yeah. I don't know. My headphones is looking like okay. From another point of view, it looks. I mean, sometimes it's hard for me to be away from home. I mean, be away from my family, be away from friends. But I would say it's worth the journey. It's really an amazing life. Like I said, you get to see the world, you get to see so many different places, and you're really getting paid to do what you love. I've been fortunate to see a lot of Italy, as I played in both North and South. I played in, I think, one of the most beautiful places in France, on the French Riviera, on south of France. I went to Romania, and I lived in the capital city of Romania, Bucharest, which is a nice city as well. And now I'm here in Netherlands to see where my career will keep going.
Great. Well, and another thing that we like to ask players, there are a couple of things that we ask out of curiosity. One of them is if you could give me your top 5 players ever, who would that be?
Ooh. I will put. I mean, of course, Michael Jordan. I can choose whoever I want. NBA.
You can
I
choose
want.
whoever you want.
Okay, so for sure, Michael Jordan is up there. As of right now, I will put Luka Doncic up there. I think he's amazing player. I will put Giannis Antetokounmpo up there. LeBron James for sure. And let's put Kobe Bryant too. It's so hard. There's so many good players. I could put Dirk Nowitzki. There's so many European players that are so good. I love Tony Parker as well. Ginobili, Tim Duncan. I love to watch Kevin Garnett play. So there are so many players. But if I got to go with that top 5, let's say those 5.
Absolutely. And one thing that I don't know if you know that happened recently is that Spain passed the USA in the FIBA ranking.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the Americans were going
But
crazy.
I know it's a little bit with how everything is going on with FIBA and EuroLeague and NBA and all these international windows that is going on where teams can't really have their best players on the roster. It's hard to say. I mean, I would still say that 9 out of 10, the USA team will beat most of the teams in Europe still. They have that. If they have a full team and you put France full team, and you put Serbia full team, I still think that USA is talent-wise, and they are just a little bit better still.
But in my opinion, what happens with the World Cups and with the Olympics and everything is that it's one game elimination after all, in the elimination phase. So if one team happens to have a great match and be on fire the whole 40 minutes.
Yeah, of course. No, I mean there is some great teams in Europe. I mean, in the rest of the world, if we say besides USA, and there's some great players. And if you're looking at the NBA right now, it's a lot of European players who are dominating.
Yeah.
So I mean, Europe is for sure, I think, catching up with NBA. I mean, with the United States players, and I still think we need more players to take a leap and take that step to get a little bit better.
Absolutely.
And be able to put in the work to get there.
Yeah, I completely share opinion with you. I think that they are catching up.
Yeah.
Great. And there are 2 other things that we ask just out of curiosity. I'll say them both at the same time so that you can answer in whatever order you like them. The first one is the number selection. I know you were number 18. Is there a reason you were that? And the second one is if you have a pre-game routine.
Okay, I can answer the jersey first. I've been having a little bit different numbers during my career. 6 was always my number that I had since my first game when I played basketball when I was probably like 5, 6, 7 years old. So I stick with 6 for a very long time. But then I came to a couple teams and and some older guys already had number 6, so I couldn't really get it. So why I have number 18 right now is because my first game in Serie A in Italy was with number 18. So that's the reason why I picked number 18 right now. So I'm having number 18 national team, and I picked number 18 here as well. When I played now in Sweden, I had number 18. So until my career is finished, I think I will keep going number 18. And the second question, I would say I had more game day routines when I was younger. Right now, I feel like I'm real comfortable in my capability to play, and of course, I have some small stuff that I do, what I eat maybe on a game day and stuff like that. But before the game in general, I don't really have the same game day routine as I had when I was younger. Right now, it's more about feeling good in my body, so stretching and warming up and doing some core exercises and stuff like that. It's more important that I really feel ready for the game than having this specific game day or game time routine.
That's great to hear. We actually had some players that are really superstitious. They do things like they wash their head 3 times before every game. One player told us he eats a bowl of cereal before every game.
Yeah, I mean, I had before when I took a shower before every game. I had my socks. I had my right sock on the left foot. I had my left sock on the right foot. I always ate exactly the same pasta for lunch, and before the game, I shot that amount of shots and everything like that. But I don't know. I came to a point in my career where I felt it's more important than sticking to that. It's more important for me to just feel that I'm ready for the game and my body is ready. Whatever muscle that is, I need to warm up a little bit extra or whatever it is, And right now it's changing. It's changing of, a little bit game to game of how I'm feeling in my body and maybe I feel more stiff there, so I will warm up that muscle a little bit more, or maybe I just feel great and then I will just do some general warm ups. Now it's a little bit different, and I'm just listening more to my body to know what I need, what my body needs.
Absolutely. And the last question I have of this first section, there are 2 other sections, but they are much shorter. Is in your opinion, who is the hardest player you ever had to guard?
I always had problem with Yakuba Diawara, a French guy who played in Italy for many years. Like a really big 3, I would say. But he can shoot, he can dribble, very athletic. He's not maybe the biggest name I played against, but for me, it was always hard to play on him. And I remember that because I always started on him, and I never stood a chance, honestly. I felt like he always killed me. So those games were not the most fun for me. But so I would have to say him.
Personally, I haven't heard of him because when you were in Italy, I wasn't even into basketball yet. So
but he is also he's a little bit older, so he's retired now.
I definitely watched some of his games with you. So I watch you play defense.
Yeah, do it.
Great. And the second section is one in which the previous player we interviewed, in this case is Khalif Young, that plays with the Canadian national team, left a question for you. And hopefully after a question, you can give me one for the next guest. That would be great. The question that Khalif left for you is, what is your favorite place to play basketball in the world?
I mean, of course, I would say the USA because to play in NBA, but I haven't really got there. So, but I feel like Italy is my second home. Almost, I was there for 7 years. I speak the language. I feel like Italy is a place where where I really feel like home. So I'll say Italy.
Great. And do you have a question you want to leave for our next guest?
Yeah. What do you regret the most in your career?
That's a good question. Really interesting.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty. Yeah, it could be interesting.
Great. And the last section, it's our personal favorites because it has nothing to do with basketball. It's called Flash Questions. It's kind of like a rapid fire question. It's supposed to be answered fast, but you can have as much time as you want. Ideally, if it's fast, it's better. But if you have to think it, there's no problem with that. And whenever you're ready. We will go.
Yeah, go ahead. I will try to answer as quick as I can.
Favorite movie?
Gladiator.
Favorite TV show?
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Not including basketball, what sport do you watch or play the most?
Padel.
A teammate you spend the most time with in this in this week?
You say teammate I spend the most time with?
Yeah.
Sanders Hollanders.
Favorite food?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Whatever my mom cooks.
Favorite video game?
Favorite
video game?
Favorite video game. I don't play so much video games, honestly. I play more computer games. So, but video game, I would say Call of Duty, and computer games, I would say League of Legends.
Great. Hot or cold?
Hot.
One dream left to accomplish, not basketball related.
Start a family.
Favorite artist or musician?
Oof, that's a really tough one. I'll say at the moment it's Rod Wave.
And finally, favorite basketball shoes?
Adidas. And right now it's Trae Young's one.
Great. Viktor, that's basically it. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here and everything, and we'll keep in touch to tell you the status of the interview and everything.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
No problem. See you.
All right, take care. Bye.